This is going to blow your mind. I don't think people understand the true horrors of 19th century hospitals. These places held the promise of healing but often delivered suffering and death. Nowhere was this contrast more evident than in the maternity wards. Women came seeking the joy of childbirth, but many met a tragic end. A mysterious and deadly illness known as childbed fever stalked these wards, claiming the lives of countless new mothers. The air hung heavy with the stench of sickness and decay. Doctors, clad in long coats, stiff with grime, moved from patient to patient, their hands carrying the invisible agents of death. Ignorance about germs and sanitation prevailed, turning hospitals into breeding grounds for disease. Mothers weakened by childbirth succumbed to the fever in droves, their newborns left to face an uncertain fate. In 1846, a young Hungarian doctor named Ignaz Semmelweis arrived at the Vienna General Hospital, eager to make a difference. He was assigned to the maternity clinic, where he was immediately struck by the appalling death rates from childbed fever. Driven by a deep sense of compassion and a thirst for knowledge, Semmelweis embarked on a quest to uncover the cause of this deadly disease. The Vienna General Hospital had two maternity clinics. The first clinic was staffed by doctors and medical students, while the second was run by midwives. Semmelweis observed a startling discrepancy in the mortality rates between the two clinics. The death rate from childbed fever was significantly higher in the first clinic run by doctors compared to the second clinic run by midwives. This observation baffled him. Semmelweis meticulously analyzed various factors that could explain the difference in mortality rates. He examined birthing positions, ventilation, and even the presence of priests administering last rites. However, none of these factors could account for the stark contrast. Then, a tragic incident provided a crucial clue. A close friend and colleague of Semmelweis died from a puerperal infection after cutting himself during an autopsy. The symptoms of his friend's illness were strikingly similar to those of childbed fever. Semmelweis made a groundbreaking connection. He hypothesized that cadaverous particles from autopsies were being transferred to pregnant women by the hands of doctors and medical students who often moved directly from the autopsy room to the maternity ward without washing their hands. He proposed a radical solution: hand washing with a chlorine solution before and after examining each patient. Semmelweis implemented his hand-washing protocol in the first clinic. The results were dramatic. The mortality rate from childbed fever plummeted, reaching levels comparable to the midwife-led clinic. The evidence was clear: hand-washing saved lives, yet Semmelweis's discovery was met with resistance and disbelief by the medical community. Many doctors found it inconceivable that they, the bringers of healing, could be the unwitting carriers of disease. They clung to prevailing theories that blamed miasma or bad air for the fever. Semmelweis's insistence on hand-washing was seen as an affront to their authority and an indictment of their practices. Despite the irrefutable evidence, his ideas were dismissed and ridiculed. Section 5. The medical community's rejection: a prophet without honor. The medical community's rejection of Semmelweis's findings ran deep. His colleagues ostracized him, dismissing his ideas as radical and unfounded. His superiors, threatened by his findings, blocked his attempts to publish his work and share his discovery with the wider medical world. Semmelweis's frustration and anger grew as he witnessed countless more women succumbing to a preventable disease. Despite the setbacks, Semmelweis continued to advocate for hand-washing with increasing fervor. He published his findings in 1861 in a book titled The Etiology, Concept and Prophylaxis of Childbed Fever, but it failed to gain widespread acceptance. His passionate pleas were met with indifference, even hostility. The medical establishment, blinded by tradition and arrogance, refused to acknowledge the truth that challenged their deeply held beliefs. Section 7. Posthumous recognition: the vindication of a medical pioneer. Years after his death, with the advent of germ theory and the work of Louis Pasteur and Robert Koch, Semmelweis's findings were finally understood and accepted. The medical community recognized the importance of hand washing in preventing the spread of infection, vindicating the man who had been ridiculed and ostracized during his lifetime. Semmelweis's work laid the foundation for modern hospital hygiene and infection control practices. His legacy extends far beyond hand-washing. Semmelweis's unwavering pursuit of the truth, despite facing overwhelming opposition, serves as an inspiration to scientists and healthcare professionals around the world. He's remembered as a pioneer of evidence-based medicine, a champion of patient safety, and a tragic hero whose story underscores the importance of challenging dogma and fighting for what is right, even in the face of adversity. Pause 3S, Section 7, The Long Road to Acceptance, the Vindication of a Medical Pioneer. The moral of Ignaz Semmelweis's story is clear. Perseverance and evidence-based practice can save countless lives. His dedication to hand-washing, despite resistance, paved the way for modern medical hygiene. Let us remember his legacy and continue to champion science and compassion in healthcare. Pause 2S. Semmelweis's journey was not an easy one. Despite his groundbreaking discovery, he faced immense skepticism and hostility from his peers. It took decades for the medical community to fully embrace his findings, and by then countless lives had been lost. This long road to acceptance underscores the challenges that innovators often face when challenging established norms. Pause 2S. But Semmelweis's story is also one of hope and resilience. It reminds us that true progress is possible even in the face of adversity. His unwavering commitment to the truth, despite the personal and professional cost, ultimately changed the course of medical history. Today we honor his memory by continuing to push the boundaries of scientific knowledge and by never losing sight of our duty to protect and care for our patients. Pause 2S. As we look to the future, let us draw inspiration from Semmelweis's example. Let us strive to be open-minded and courageous, always willing to question and improve upon existing practices. And above all, let us remember that the ultimate goal of medicine is to save lives and alleviate suffering. This is the enduring legacy of Ignaz Semmelweis, a true pioneer of modern healthcare. Section 8. Semmelweis's enduring legacy, hand-washing and beyond. Today, Semmelweis is hailed as the savior of mothers and the father of infection control. His work revolutionized hospital practices, leading to a dramatic reduction in healthcare-associated infections. Hand-washing, once a radical idea, is now a fundamental principle of hygiene, taught to children from a young age and practiced diligently by healthcare professionals worldwide. Semmelweis's story also serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting the dangers of scientific dogma and the importance of keeping an open mind. It reminds us that progress in medicine and in all fields often comes from challenging the status quo and being willing to embrace new ideas, even when they are met with resistance. Semmelweis's legacy is a testament to the power of observation, perseverance, and a steadfast commitment to improving human health. Section 9. A timeless lesson, the importance of perseverance and evidence. The story of Ignaz Semmelweis is a poignant reminder that truth often emerges slowly and painfully. It underscores the importance of perseverance in the face of adversity and the need to ground our beliefs in evidence. Semmelweis's life offers timeless lessons for scientists and healthcare professionals. His story encourages us to question, investigate, and fight for what we believe is right. It is a story of tragedy and triumph, of a life cut short, but a legacy that continues to save lives. We remember Ignaz Semmelweis for his groundbreaking discovery and unwavering commitment to truth.